Hey you guys, it's Rachel here with Senza, Cane Corso. Go away. So I'm out here with quite a few dogs. I've got Remy, which is short for Remy Ma. I've got Patina, Velocity, who just gave a correction to Remy for being way too aggressive with Patina, and Velocity to Patina for being way too submissive and dramatic. I've got Mad Mortigan out here, who Remy was just submissive to. And there's Patina again. Madman's doing great. Remy, good girl. Let's see here, who else? So you know what I'm gonna do? I just had a thought. Oh, somebody just ran into Velocity. She didn't like that. So hold on, I'm gonna pause this because I gotta put I'm gonna tie this thing real quick right here. Okay, sorry about that. I had a thought, and I've learned over the years that when you have a thought to do something, you better do it. Because you won't get a second warning. Watch out now. So, come on now. So, I've got, like I said, I've got him out here. I've also got Preacher. He's over yonder. And people wonder where he's at. He's doing good. He'll be 7 years old in February. And still rocking and rolling and looking fantastic. We got the Madman feeling his oats now that he's feeling better. I've got Velocity out here. Blondie as well. She's in fit and fiddle shape. I've got the Kimchi. Velocity, like I said. And Nirvana. So quite a few dogs. I thought about bringing Ibiza, but she's coming out of heat. And I thought about bringing Moses, but it's too much going on for that to be the video that I introduce him in. It's just, I've got a lot of dogs out here, and I haven't done pack videos in a while. It's a lot of work, and I have a lot of work anyway, and so it's just been more difficult. But not that I don't want to do it, and I have been getting things more streamlined so that I can do more pack videos, and so that's a plus as well. Blondie, you need to chill out. You're not as young as you used to be. Don't go so hard. Oh, there she goes, man. She just be tripping. And he is the king of keep away. So if anyone, yep, there it goes. King of keep away wins again. Wins again with his big, huge log. As usual, big, huge log. It's not enough to have a stick. Mad Mortigan needs the biggest stick so that he can show off that he is the biggest dog. He wants to carry a stick that no one else can carry. He's pretty ridiculous. That's his motif, and he's feeling great. For those that don't know, he had contracted some type of tick-borne illness, is what we believe, and has been on doxycycline, which is an antibiotic, which has been treating him, and he's good. And he'll continue that for a full 28 days. Oh, wow. Oh, that was something. Oh, boom. So Nirvana saw that. It did not go when it missed. She did not like that she disrespected Mad Mortigan like that. And so she's dominating her and teaching her that she needs to chill out and respect the elders of the pack. Velocity came over. Ladies, that's enough. That is enough. But ultimately, I'm the pack leader, and I decide when discipline's over and how much discipline is needed. Come on, let's go. So it's a tough lesson, but this is what I'm going to tell you about Remy. Remy is a very, very, very drivey dog. She is not a punk. Like, she might be being submissive right now, but that's because she's a puppy and she knows she needs to. But this dog right here, she is very get off me. She is very drivey. She's a very dominant dog. She'll fight with anybody next to her. So you got to be mindful that when they get onto her, the level of correction that the pack gives is very much in tune with the level of the dog itself. So you see she's being very submissive now. Her tail is wagging, head is down. She's trying to be submissive to everybody. She's like, oh, my bad, my bad. And that's exactly what they were teaching her. They made it very clear to her right now that she will not be disrespectful like that to anyone in this pack. Oh, look at her. She's so submissive. She didn't know it was Kimchi behind her. Oh, look, see. Psst, come on. See, I think that rope also helped because it kind of creates an optical illusion of a complete fence. So, oh, whoa. So I like that. I think I'm going to keep that up there. Who knew? That big old fat patina. But she's being good. Oh. So Kimchi has had a lot of time inside. Oh yeah, so you never try to kick them off. When they're doing that whole kicking, fighting thing, that's not, they haven't submitted. Now you can see here, velocity, oh, she might get it. See, you can't, the one thing you're not allowed to do is try to escape your punishment. So she may or may not get in trouble. Look at how wide her chest is, dude. That is ridiculous. I've never seen that in a Corso. I swear, she's going through an ugly phase right now, though. She looks like a presser right now. I could be honest about my own dog. She does. I know she'll come out of it because her lines are true, and I know what she looked like as a puppy, but she's really going through a phase right now. So, anyway. What's up, big dog? Big man. Oh, he's a big man. There's a big stick for a big man. Look at him prancing. There's a prancing man. Oh, look at him. Looking good. Look at him. He says, come chase me. Come chase me. Oh my God, he's so funny. He's just daring anybody. He's like, come on. Don't you want to try me? Crazy dog. Oh God, now he's going to roll on his stick. He's got to roll on his stick. Is that a good stick? Are you a good boy? Is that a good stick? Now, the wrong thing for me to do in this situation would be to do really high-pitched noises. Oh, Blondie just made her mad. So the wrong thing to do would for me to be make really high-pitched noises or even make a big mistake of throwing that stick right now, because when you have a pack of dogs, and I am not suggesting that anyone have a pack of dogs, but if it doesn't even matter if it's a pack, you could just be at the dog park. A lot of dog fights are instigated through excitement. No, don't you try to escape. No. And so it's really important to keep excitement low. So he can have his toy. I will allow that. But I will not throw it for him because I'm not going to do anything to cause a bunch of competition in these dogs, because that's how I'm going to end up in a situation where I have fighting. So you got to be careful about that. Now, luckily, I've always been very lucky and I've not had any fighting because I've always been very mindful of the energy. But it's just something to keep in mind. Look at her. She doesn't even look how pretty as she could look right now because she's so tucked in. She's got her butt tucked. She got her body hunched over because she knows she's in trouble. Kimchi. Pretty girl. Good pretty girl. So for those that are wondering, Velocity was bred to Don Juan. And instead of having the litter over at Reese's house, they're actually going to be over at her parents' house. And so that's how we're going to do it. And I'm basically paying Morgan to do it, which is fine because they've done it before over there. They've done Aria's litters over there. So really happy about that. So for those that were wondering, now I am still trying to get my permit. But I'm going about it a little differently this time, and kind of introducing myself and really getting to know my neighbors and just taking the slow route of doing my due diligence to show the community that I'm willing to be, respectful and play nice and support the values of the community, and stuff like that. So I've even been asked to go to some functions and stuff like that with my neighbors, and so it's been pretty cool. So I'm really going out of my way to show, because this is a very tight-knit community, that I'm willing to be respectful, and that I'm not coming to change anything. I'm coming here because I love how it is, not because I want to change it, and that I want to be respectful and I want to work with everybody. And so anyway, so that's kind of how I'm going about it right now. And then there were some elections that had to go through. And so anyway, that's about what I'm going through right now. So, but in the meantime, we're in compliance through. Hey, all right. Oh, Kimchi got in from her grandma. Uh-oh. She about to get it. So Blondie is the one. She will not let you get. And I think Kimchi knows. Look at that look of fear on her face. She's like, oh, baby Jesus, no. Oh, she ran. Look at her. She ran. She got out of there quick. Yeah, I know. That's your granny. She gets you. She gets you. I know. She'll get you. Nirvana, you better get on out of there. I've also worked it out with another person in my neighborhood. Not my neighborhood, but relatively my neighborhood. That is, they breed like Anatolians and stuff like that, and so they're gonna whoop a litter for me as well. And I'm just basically giving them the cost of a puppy out of the litter, out of a first pick puppy out of the litter. So. And they're not keeping the puppy; they're just keeping the money from the spot. So it works out. Until I feel confident. I would say I have most of my neighbors' approval so far, and I feel like God's been doing a lot to move things and make it all possible. And I'm very blessed to have that, and for that to be an opportunity here. I think it's a good sign that I am supposed to be here. But it's just this. The world is a very quick changing place, and this is a slow growing place, and they don't want the changes going on outside to be going here, and I'm fine with that, because I moved here because of that. I wanted to be somewhere that was slower, to give my daughter an opportunity to grow up the way that I did. And so, oh God, Blondie straight took it. She's like, yep, you can't have that. I'll take that. You want it? Oh, look at it. Then she dropped it. Didn't even care. Stole it from her, threw it on the ground. That is like disrespect right there. That is disrespect. So she's pretty low on the totem pole right now. I'll tell you that right now. Look at her, trying to make amends with everybody. Mouth licking, tail wagging, head down. She's trying her best to get to the good graces of the more dominant dogs. Kind of like what I'm doing in my community. I have no shame. There's no reason not to admit it. It's kind of how it is. That's the way it should be. You know what I mean? As they say, when I was growing up, it was respect your elders. And there is something to say for that. Kimchi's like, I don't know what is up with you. She's like, well, I don't want no part of it. She's like, they have it out for you. I think that part of it, Nirvana, I think that part of it is that she smells like Mona. I think they know she's Mona's daughter. Look at that. Clear domination. So for that dog to try to, oh, okay, so you can't get up. So that's what I was telling you. You cannot get away from your discipline. So if a dog comes to dominate you, particularly a dog as dominant as Nirvana, who takes after her grandmother for sure, you cannot get up until the dog has made their point, until they let you get up. And that's why I always tell people, when I do submissive posture, I wait. Nirvana, she's gonna smell her face, get in her face, like intimidate her. There. Nirvana, you're done. Move it. Cut it out. Now, what I'll tell you is, like, I have my way of doing it where I step in and I don't let it get too far. Dogs have their way of doing it. They're a lot more savage than I am. You know, would they attack her and try to kill her? No, probably not. But would they beat her up and mess up her face pretty bad? Probably. And I don't need that. So, Madman, where are you going? It's not open. So anyway, so, you know, but look at her. So she's hanging out by me now. But this is, and the reason why I brought her out here was precisely for this, because she's such a dominant female. She has a very artificial view of herself when she's in the kennel. And I knew that. And I was like, this is going to get her into trouble if I let her mature and then she's acting like this. Mad Mortigan? And so in order to prevent that, I had to bring her out here and introduce her to these dogs so that she knows, where she really does rank and how to be respectful. Because she was exhibiting behaviors that I did not like in the kennel environment. And as you saw, was as soon as I first had her out, she was being way too dominant with Patina. Patina's kind of an odd dog. I'm not sure I fully understand her yet. She submits like crazy, but yet, oddly enough, whenever she's got food or anything like that, she will fight you. She will take your toys away. So there's different ways that dogs can dominate, and one of those ways is it's like a form of manipulation by being overly submissive. And this one guy talked about it. He had these dogs, and he had a female that would do it to the dominant male. And so she would steal his food, because what she would do is she would come up on him and she would be like this, super submissive, and it would make him really mad. And by the time, and then he would snap on her, but she's being so submissive that it's not like he's gonna like maul her or anything. He just gets mad and snaps at her. And then after that, he's so mad he doesn't want to eat anymore. And so he walks away from his food, and then she eats his food. So, you know, you have to be mindful. And sometimes there are certain dogs that are not quite as clear cut as others. And for me, Patina is one that is going to wait. She's a wait and see approach, because I'm not quite sure that I fully understand her motives. I know that she does this to me. Like as I'm walking, I'll be walking out to the, like just now when I was walking out here to the field, she would just like throw herself at my feet, and I'll just ignore her, just walk around her, and just keep walking. And that's just kind of what you have to do with her. But it's weird because she's not an overly submissive dog when she's out with other dogs, like when she's with her peers. So I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced that it's actually, she literally almost tripped Remy. But anyway, yeah, I'm not convinced. Look at them, both of them submissive to Nirvana. Yeah, Nirvana's a queen in waiting, dude. She is a force to be reckoned with. You good girl. Yeah, she don't play. And she expects everyone to give absolute 100% unwavering respect. Like, you better curtsy. You better curtsy hard when it comes to Nirvana. So anyway, but you know, like I said, the jury's still out on her personality and temperament. I'm not exactly sure. I haven't figured her out yet, is what I'll say. So I think Kimchi is going to be a very respectful dog. I think she knows her position in the pack. She knows her mother. She knows her grandmother. But she also doesn't overly, like, Ibiza used to really go out of her way to try to appease her mother. And I don't see Kimchi doing that right now. I see her kind of being independent and doing her own thing. So we'll have to see. She's smart, so she stays out of trouble. Very smart. So we'll have to see what she does. I really like her. She's very, very in control of her behavior. Everything she does is calculated and thought about. and she's just constantly thinking and aware of her surroundings. She is too, which is like I said, the enigma about her. She's very, very attentive to her surroundings, and you can see her always thinking. It's just I don't know what she's thinking. I haven't figured out her motives yet. Where did Remy go? Remy! Get off me, Patina. There she is. She's back there. Now, her head leaves something to be desired, but when she's not crouched over, being all submissive like she's being right now, her structure is fantastic, and she's a huge dog. She's a very big female. Because she's still very young. Here comes Preacher. Oh, there she goes, posturing for him now. Preacher's gonna pee where Mad Mortigan peed. He says not yet. Bruh. Mad Mortigan gating. Where are you going? Patina, I am not talking to you, child. She keeps licking my hand. Mad Mortigan. Mad Mortigan. There's a little bit of her gating looking good. But yeah, she's going to be a really big dog. So anyway, I'm going to get inside. I hope you guys are having a good day. It's going to get pretty low here today or tonight. And so, hey, you big dog, Preacher. Look at that big dog. You the big dog, yeah. And so, I've got to go get some straw for the dogs. I'm going to go take my truck. Most of the dogs are, we have it set up where they can be inside, at night. We have like gated off areas. Like I bought these really awesome gates. If you've been watching for a while, you've seen them. I have my office area gated off, and now I have my living room gated off. And so basically I've created 4 zones in my house, as well as having kennels, and I've decreased the amount of dogs I have. I didn't like decrease in that I had too many. I really just went through, and as you guys know, every now and then I'll go through dogs that I've kept back and dogs that just so dogs that have not made the cut will I'll rehome them. And so look at that. You see her? You see Kimchi fighting back? Oh, look at her, still fighting back. Has not given up yet. Has not given up yet. Interesting. And Blondie is somewhat tolerating it. Here comes Velocity. To make her point. Kimchi is still fighting back a little bit. Has not fully given in. Let's see here. So Nirvana, I see wagging her tail. Look at the head to the side. So the tail wagging, she's looking at her daughter. I wonder if she's giving support. I don't see her wanting to come up and overly dominate that pupper. I could be wrong, but I'm not seeing it. Here we have Blondie being dominant. Let's see what happens. Yep, nope. I think Nirvana's going to ignore. She looks over. She's watching Remy. Kimchi is still down. Her mother comes over, smells her, looks at her, walks away. Yeah, Wags her tail to Velocity as Velocity goes by. Acknowledges her. Velocity ignores. I think she's good. Kimchi's good. Interesting. So it seemed a lot worse than it was, but I guarantee you she ain't got a mark on her. And I promise you, Blondie has tagged quite a few puppies. So is Cashmere. I mean, there's for dogs, a little hole in the face from a canine tooth is just not, that's not considered damage. You're a good girl, Kimchi. You're a good girl. You did good. Come on, up and at him. Come on, you're fine. Anyway, interesting stuff. So anyway, all right. Well, I'm gonna let y'all go. Bye.